Good morning students. On Thursday class we have seen the problems based on molarity, molality, normality, mole fraction. But now we are going to see another problem of the mole fraction. So let us see the mole fraction of the problems. Here, calculate the mole fraction of sulfuric acid in a solution containing 98% sulfuric acid. See here what we have to calculate here, mole fraction of sulfuric acid. So in a solution means the solute is containing in a solution how much percentage? 98% of sulfuric acid. Remaining percent will be the water. So here the 98%. See here 98% of H2SO4 means 98 grams of H2SO4 and 2 grams of water. Okay. So 98% of H2SO4 is nothing but what here? 98 grams of H2SO4 and 2 grams of water. Total 100%. Okay. Now we have to find the number of moles of H2SO4. Means what here? Number of moles of H2SO4 means Na. Means NH2SO4. What is the formula of number of moles here? Formula of number of moles. Weight by gram molecular weight. So what is the weight we have taken here? 98 grams. Okay. 98 by gram molecular weight of H2SO4 is nothing but here 98. If you calculate 98 you are going to get. So 4 into 16, 68 plus 2. 68 plus 2 how much? 68 plus 2 70. 70 plus 34. Okay. Total 32 plus 32. 16 4s are 24, 24 plus 2 66, 66 plus 32 you are going to get 98 here. So you are getting 1 mole. Okay. So in the same way number of moles of H2O. So how much you are getting? Weight by gram molecular weight. Weight how much? 2 grams. And gram molecular weight how much? 18. So how much? 1 by 9 is equals to 0. Leave it as 1 by 9. Okay. So what we have to calculate here? Calculate the mole fraction of sulfuric acid. We have to calculate mole fraction of sulfuric acid. Means XH2SO4 is equals to NH2SO4 divided by NH2SO4 plus NH2O. What is the NH2SO4? 1 divided by 1 plus 1 by 9. Okay. 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9. So here 1 into 9 by 10 means what? 9 by 10 is equals to 0.9. So this one only he told us to calculate. In the similar way we can calculate a water also. XH2O is equals to NH2O divided by NH2SO4 plus NH2O is equals to how much we got? NH2O means 1 by 9 divided by 1 plus 1 by 9. So what you are going to get here? 1 by 9 divided by 10 by 9. Okay. So 9 cancel means 1 by 10 is equals to 0.1. So this is the way to calculate XH2O and XH2SO4 mole fraction. Before this we should have to calculate the number of moles. So this is the problem of the mole fraction. So by this, concentration problems have completed. Now let us enter into the topic solubility. Okay. Solubility. What do you mean by solubility here? When we add anything to the solvent, means the solute is added to the solvent, what happens? It dissolves. It can easily soluble. That one we call it as solubility. For example, if I take salt and water, it is soluble. And also sugar and water also, it is soluble. But solubility means what here? Solubility means in Telugu we can say karigipodu. Okay. So according to the definition, we can say solubility is the maximum quantity of solute dissolved in the solution. We call it as solubility here. What do you mean by solubility? The maximum quantity of solute dissolved in the solution, we call it as solubility. So in this we are going to discuss about unsaturated, supersaturated and unsaturated, saturated and super saturated solution. Okay. So unsaturated solution, saturated solution and supersaturated solution we are going to discuss here. See, this is the solvent I'm taking, this is the solution I'm taking here. This is the salt I'm going to take here. Okay. Here also what happening means, solution, in the plate I'm taking salt. See here, coming to unsaturated. Unsaturated means what? Means if I add salt to this compound, so what happening means it is giving clear liquid. Means what? It requires more solute. Whenever I am taking any salt or sugar, what happening? It is easily soluble. Okay. So what happening here? How much if I add also? Means it require more quantity of solute to dissolve. This one we call it as unsaturated. Unsaturated means what? How much you go on adding also, it going to dissolve. For example, NaCl. NaCl is nothing but common salt, what we use in our food items. Okay. So when we are adding in water, what happens? It dissolves. Again if you add, it dissolves. Again if you add, it dissolves. Means what happening? How much solute we are adding to the solution, it is dissolving. That one we call it as unsaturated. Means more quantity of solute to dissolve. That one we call it as unsaturated. Coming to saturated. So if you add any sugar to this solution, so it remains a small particles. Means what happens means here, if you add sugar, okay, so if you add sugar, it dissolves. Again if you add sugar, it dissolves. But you goes on adding the molecules, means you goes on adding the solute particles. What happens means it forms crystals. Okay. So what happening here, when we are goes on adding the sugar, So what happening here? It forming some small crystals. When you go on heating conditions, when you heat, it going to dissolve. But in cold condition, what will happen? It form as a dissolve. That one we call it as saturated solution. Saturated solution is nothing but a solution. Means it remains. What happens? A solute will form as a crystals in the solution. We call it as saturated. Coming to supersaturated. Supersaturated means it will not dissolve in the solution. Means not dissolving in the solution. We call it as not dissolving in the solution. We call it as supersaturated. So here when heating it can dissolve, but coming to here not dissolving molecules, we call it a supersaturated. Example we can take hypo, or some of the examples will be alum and also sodium acetate. Means mercury type compounds, sodium compounds. Like these compounds, what will form is they will form large crystals. It is not going to dissolve. That one we call it as supersaturated. Have you understood the difference between unsaturated, saturated, supersaturated? So unsaturated means what? When we take more quantity of solute, it will dissolve in solution. If we add more quantity of solute, it at some point what will happen means it is not going to dissolve. And at heating it can dissolve. Supersaturated means it is not going to dissolve the solution. That one we call it as the supersaturated solution. Okay. Coming to here, it will takes place according to thermodynamics. We will be having exothermic, endothermic reaction. So heat can be, for example, heat of the solution is the heat liberated or heat absorbed. For example, heat of the solution may can take liberated or absorbed. Okay, heat of the solution may liberate or absorb. Liberate means escapes out. Means what? It can evaporate, it can absorb. Means it is an exothermic reaction. It is an endothermic reaction. When 1 mole of solute dissolved in excess solvent. Okay. So what happens when only a little amount of solute is added? We can say it can easily dissolve. Means what? There we can't observe anything, heat observation and heat liberation. So here heat of the solution mainly depends upon the lattice energy and hydration energy. Okay, so heat of the solution depends upon, maybe heat can be liberated or absorbed. So here liberated means exothermic reaction which comes out heat. Absorbed means endothermic reaction. Okay, so here when I take only 1 mole of solution, what happening here? It can easily dissolve. For example, 1 spoon of salt, if you dissolve in what happen? Dissolve in water, what will happen? Easily it can dissolve. So we can't determine whether it is liberating or absorbing the heat. So here heat of solution mainly depends upon the lattice energy and hydration energy. Lattice energy means what? Means here break into ions. Break into ions. That one we call it as lattice energy. So hydration energy means what? Intermolecular. There will be intermolecular attraction between ions. That one we call it as hydration energy. So for example, can I take Na plus? Ions I have told. So NaCl can be divided into Na plus plus Cl minus. Okay. So coming to structure of Na plus there will be 6 chloride ions to the nearest neighbor atoms. When we see the cubic structure of NaCl 3D dimensional structure, so what happening here, it is breaking into ions. This one we call it as lattice energy. Okay, so through these molecules, what are molecules is there, no? So there will be interaction between the ions. Okay, so this is about NaCl. So what happens here, Na plus Cl minus. So there will be interaction, intermolecular attraction between the NaCl structure. So coming to here, if suppose lattice energy is more than hydration energy, if suppose lattice energy is more than hydration energy, what happens? It takes place endothermic reaction, means heat absorbs. So okay, means what here, when you boil the water, the vessel will become cool. If suppose it is hydration energy is more than lattice energy, means lattice energy is less than hydration energy, what happens? Exothermic reaction takes place. Example, Na2CO3, NaOH. Means when you take sodium compounds, so in the laboratory, sodium hydroxide pellets in the test tube, what will happen when you catch that one? It will be, it's without heating only in the vessel, it is in very hot condition. Coming to this one, after heating, what happens? It will be cool. Okay, those type of compounds we call it as what? Endothermic reactions. It is an exothermic reaction. Okay, so this is about the introduction of solubility. See here, solubility means what here? Maximum quantity of solute dissolved in the solution, we call it as solubility. So it consists of three types: unsaturated solution, saturated solution, supersaturated solution. Unsaturated means what? More quantity of solute is required to dissolve, that one we call it as unsaturated. Example, we can take NaCl. Coming to saturated means what here? Here it forms a very small crystals when we goes on adding, means what here? Undissolved, that one we call it as, but on heating condition it forms as a saturated solution. Means what? When at a certain point the solute forms a crystal, that one we call it as saturated solution. Coming to supersaturated, it is not going to dissolve, that one we call it as supersaturated. Now we have to speak about the heat of solution. Mainly depends upon liberated or absorbed. It will take place exothermic reaction, endothermic reaction. When we are taking 1 mole of solute in water, what happening here? It is giving only very less, means it can easily dissolve, but we can't determine whether it is liberating or absorbing. So that's where heat of solution depends upon lattice energy and hydration energy. Lattice energy means what here? Breaking into ions. Hydration energy is nothing but there will be intermolecular attraction between these ions. So let us take example NaCl. Na is divided into Na plus Cl minus. So when you take in a 3D dimensional cubic structure, each Na plus ion is bounded by 6 chloride minus ions. Okay, so like that, how many Na plus ions are there? That many chloride ions are. In the same way, chloride ion can bond with Na plus ions. So what happening here? This is the lattice energy. This is the hydration energy. So the hydration energy is interacting with the Na plus ions or Cl minus ions. So if suppose lattice energy is more than hydration energy, means it takes place at endothermic reaction. Means for example, if you boil the water in a vessel, after some time it becomes cool. Means what? There is a absorption of heating takes place. That one we call it as endothermic reaction. Coming to here, lattice energy is more than hydration energy. Is less than hydration energy, or hydration energy is more than lattice energy. What happens? Exothermic reaction takes place. Without heating only, the vessel will become hot. The vessel will become warm. Those type of reactions we call it as lattice energy is less than hydration energy. So when you take sodium type of compound, sodium metal or sodium hydroxide in a test tube, so what will happen means, without heating in the lab you can prove it. When we go to lab I will show you. So when you see that one, what will happen means, if you touch the test tube will be hot condition if you add any sodium hydroxide or sodium metal. Why? Without heating only. Why? Because sodium can easily evaporate to the air. It can absorb oxygen molecules also. So this is about introduction of solubility only. So this solubility can be divided into three types, that is solubility of gas in liquid, solubility of solid in liquid, and solubility of liquid in liquid. That one I will be explaining for you in tomorrow. Okay, thank you. And today you are going to have one more assignment. Submit it by today itself only. On Saturday, those who have written assignment, for those people only I have put in mark. Remaining people I have kept 0 marks and absent. Thank you.